How y'all doing? This is Reefy00 Tarref Simon. Just me. My YouTube channel is Reefy00. My name is Tarref Simon. September. This is today. Today's date is October the 3rd, 2022. Today's topic will be on Afro Americans, political commentators, or funnels to political parties. No critical thinking allowed on both sides. I'm gonna talk about the political commentators that's on the right and left. I'm gonna start the right first. All the names, such as on the right and left is Reverend Al Sharpton, Joanne Reed. You got Larry Elders, Candace Owens. Larry Elders, Candace Owens is on the right. I'm gonna deal with the right first. And here's the problem: how we don't get our needs in by the both of the parties met by the Democrats nor the GOP, the Republicans, and how we constantly being played and how they're using us as basically think a certain way or we're not going to listen to it, but really we have the power to force them to get the job done that we want, to get the things done we want to get done, that benefits us. First, I'm going to deal with the Republicans. Okay, the black conservatives, not all of them, but some of them, like Candace Owens, Larry Elders, is notorious for thinking a certain way. They think conservative first, then black second. That's their right. That's their opinion. That's their viewpoint. That's how they see the world. But I'm gonna go in depth now. I was watching O'Shea Duke, and he put it on my mind. I have a video to agree with him on this subject, on how Candace Owens and some other black conservatives came out saying that, from what I understand, that colonialism in Africa, and I think other parts on the planet, was a net positive. Just by saying that, it basically turns your stomach, especially when you know the history of what the Europeans done to Africa and places like India and other parts of the world, right? The British, just talk about the British, because they was referring to the British as being a net positive. The British, first of all, went in somebody else's home. Africa, the Africans didn't ask for it to be colonized by the British or Belgians or whoever else. Then they asked for it. The British destroyed the manufacturing capability of the weavers in Western Africa when it was making good quality clothes. For what I understand, back in the 13, 14, 1500s, 1600s, that the fabrics that Africa mills in West Africa was making was better than some of the fabrics in Europe, right? So Africa had their own form of capitalism. It had their own form of socialism. It was like intertwined, for what I've been understanding throughout the years. They had their own ways of treating people that was ill. They had their own ways of planting different crops and things of that nature. And by jumping on a bandwagon, what the black conservatives done is like an insult to black people intelligence. That if you're trying to get black people coming your way, don't insult African Americans and Africans or Africans in the diaspora by saying colonialism is the best thing. Do Candace Owens know and Larry Elders know that the British fought Haitians, and the Haitians had to not only fight the Napoleon troops, but they had to fight the British too for their freedom? Did you know the Jamaicans had to fight the British residents that was the former owners and ask for money from them, right? So they can plant their own crops, and the Queen Victoria told them no. Basically, well, not in so many words, but basically told them kick rocks. So, what they had civilizations before the Europeans went into Africa, before the British went into Africa. Did the British do some good? Yeah, they done some good, of course. But they wasn't welcome now. They should have never been there in the first place. You still got jewelry from Africa and India that's still in Britain right now. And Africa's asked for reparations. So those sensitive topics of what the black conservatives do, they don't. It's almost like black people's all are sometimes considered to be guilty already before something's already looked into history or whatever, or be perceived to be idiots. Like we didn't have civilization before the British came, or the Belgians, or the Spaniards, Spanish, or the Arabs came in. You had the Shanghai Empire, the Mali Empire. You had the Ethiopian Kush Empire. You had the ancient Egyptians. You had other empires that they found out about in Africa. So they have to do the research. That's why it's hard for the Republicans to attract black voters, because you have people like Lara Elders and Candace Owens. Oh man, she got a documentary coming out about George Floyd. That's going to be in a certain way, how the way they're going to put that out there, and that's going to make up. It's almost be like, I think it's be a gaslighting documentary. And some white people going to be like rooting for the police officer that killed George Floyd to set him free, problem, and that's going to make African Americans upset, and probably Latinos too. That's could take votes away from the Republican Party come this 2024. Sometimes I've been thinking when O.J. Jackson brought this out. O.J. Duke Jackson brought this out about Candace Owens and other black conservatives. I started thinking, I say, you know what? That's hurting the Republican vote. If they're trying to attract us, but why would you come out? I mean, you're supporting Candace Owens, but yet, yeah, that's the type of black persons you might like, but ain't you trying to get other black vote? Like me and others? And we look at them like, really do you care? Or do you care or do you not care? You know what I'm saying? We have feelings too. We want justice too. You know what I'm saying? So black conservatives can be, for his black people too. I just don't want to lose. A black person that's going into the Republican Party just can't lose his identity and take it. No. I'm taking my culture in the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. They have a thing came out today, I saw, what O'Shea Duke put out about Lizzo and how. Now this is going to go into the Democratic side now. Now I'm about to turn into I'm about to go into the Democratic side right now, the DNC, right? Now, the Democrats are a little different. They're a little more devious. They're more of a fox, like Malcolm X says. The Republicans more of a wolf, so you can see the wolf coming, the fox sneaks around you, right? the Democrats are a little bit more sneaky, you know what I'm saying? They will have these charismatic leaders like Reverend Al Sharpton and Joanne Weed and these other black people. What's his name? Eric Dyson. And they would talk, all that smack. They'd almost be talking about socialism or progressivism, and they would lead your butt right into the Democratic Party, right into the DNC, right? They do it in such a way, as if our only option is the Democratic Party, where you have the GOP as well, and you have independents like the Green Party, you got the Libertarians, you got these socialist parties that's out there that you can vote for. And it never put it on your mind, the Democrats, all Republicans, they never really put it on your mind that you can think critically. Just like in my title right here, critical thinking. You can think without the Democrats and Republicans, and you can come up with solutions to push them forward to help you. You know what I'm saying? To help out African Americans in this country. So, yeah, the Democrats are a little bit different, man. They give you an example of what O'Shea came out with today, and I'm going to basically summarize what he said. Hopefully I won't get this wrong. So please, O'Shea, don't come after me, man. I'm with you, brother. But anyway, O'Shea did bring up something, and I've been thinking about this for years. Democrats are so sophisticated, right? Lizzo played a flute of one of the, I think, our third president, right? I forgot the name of the president who was the third president. It was a crystal flute. And the white Republicans came out saying, that's a disgrace. That's the worst thing in history. That's a disgrace to American history or something. Dealing with things like that of that nature. And it's almost like, really? Is that the worst? You can't think about what happened with the Jim Crow and the lynchings and the slavery and the extinction of the Native Americans. So Lizzo on stage blowing a crystal flute is the worst thing? Or are you serious? That also hurts the Republicans. That insensitive stuff, just whatever comes out, blah, blah, blah. It just, and black people always, oh my God, can't believe they said it. Just stay away from the Republicans and start voting Democrat again. And Democrats don't do anything. But what O'Shea Duke said, who gave Lizzo that flute from the Library of Congress? Who gave her that? Right? It's almost like the Democrats have a playbook on the mindset of the GOP. It's almost like the GOP is reactionary. And they hurry up and say things, and they wonder why it's hard for them to get certain votes from the African American community. So, yeah, I'm getting all this, the way I try to gather stuff by listening to people. I had this guy that was on George Getaway's show last Sunday. He was a call-in from New York. And his name was Erobos. I'm going to try to look for him on the internet. And he broke things down, how we're being manipulated by this political system, right? We're dependent on these one man or one woman armies, right? These charismatic figures to lead us through the wilderness, instead of just using our mind. And we all become those critical thinkers to get the job done and push forward for justice for ourselves and for all, right? And that's what we need, We're constantly being manipulated by the Democratic Party. And for you to be a full-fledged Republican, you got to think a certain way. Yeah, don't bring that black thought in here. But I don't think the Republicans know, some of them might not know what's going on. There's so much in tune of just seeing things their way, the European way. African Americans saying, well, this happened to, no, don't talk about that. That happened in the past. Then when something like this happened with Lizzo or the Queen, you're passing, and the Republicans getting upset with the Queen. Getting upset with people criticizing the Queen or the British monarchy, the British Empire. They get upset with the people criticizing them, which the people have every right to get upset with the British Empire, because European, like Putin said, the golden billion made them wealth off of the 7 billion other people on the planet resources. That's just the way it is. It happened, right? It's messed up. And then tens of millions of people throughout the planet, maybe 100 million people died. Slave trade, wars, Indians, Native Americans got wiped out. A whole bunch of them got wiped out in North America. They lost their culture, their identity. Africans too. India, caste system, from what I understand, was dying out until the British showed up, and it made the Brahmins that was losing power back in the 1700s, 1800s, brought them back up to power again and made it worse. So, yeah. So, Islam is like, what is the Hegelian dialectics being played with us as the ball in the middle, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, boom, 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 boom. But yet, instead of being a ball, we got to become what? Transform into that glove too. Become critical thinkers. Thank you, O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. Man, your brain analysis, bro. You younger than me, man. I'm 45, man. Hopefully next year I'll be 46. Gloss is saying, dude, we gotta hook up one day. But your brain analysis, bro, the critical thinking skills that you have, bro. Sometimes I wish I had that, Yeah, I gotta work on mine. I gotta really think. It took me a week to even make this video. I'm at 15 minutes already. Thank you, Joy James. She was on the Real News Network, and she was talking about the black neoliberalism elite, and how they put themselves, how the power structure put these black people in certain positions, and you look at them. Oh, we made it as a race. No, we didn't make it. We still poor. No, they made it, making $40 million a year, not us. And you don't see nothing change. They talk about police brutality, but they don't talk about these prosecutors with 93, 97 conviction rates. That's impossible. That means if I go in front a prosecutor with a 97 police, 9% conviction rate, I'm guilty automatic. I mean, is somebody omitting evidence? You got people being released from jail almost every day, or at least once a week around the country, because a private detective or a detective on police force, or what you call a prosecutor, omitted evidence, which could exonerate the person that's in prison. So we got all this going on. We got innocent people in prison. We got people in prison for 3 straight and outlaws. So yeah, so there you go. So you got all this going on. Black people gonna get constantly gaslighted for the next 2 years as usual. And I'm glad that black people is starting to wake up. The Democratic Party is very manipulative. I'm glad they're waking up and they coming out of that. And some of them gonna vote Republican, some of them gonna vote third party. I'm gonna vote Republican unless they really piss me off, and I might vote independent. Of course they're gonna back Candace Owens when that George Floyd film come out. Trying to what's that person that killed George Floyd name? Chauvin. Jesus Christ! It's almost like the Republicans is like it's like we automatically consume. I mean, not Republicans, but it's in the European system. It's like how the way things is framed. It's like since the 60s and before that 60s, we automatically consume or automatically already assumed to be guilty or something like that. We're innocent just like everybody else. Do we have crime in the black community? Yes, but we need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? And we should have a fight chance like everybody else. So the Republicans, if you really want to win a black vote, stop just hooking up with Candace Owens and Larry Elders. They just one particular part of black people that's conservatives, right? They are conservatives first, then black second. You got to hook up with people that's black conservatives. That's going to speak about the issues of the people, whether you like it or not. It might hurt your feelings, but if you want to be fair, you got to listen to us. If not Republicans, it's going to be hard for you to get that black vote, and we might go third party, Green Party, Libertarians, or somebody else. Thank you. That's my thing for the day. Google me. Google Whistleblower, VA Whistleblower Tarref Simon, Mikey DeBakey. Water is contaminated. Donate. No, but first, like, subscribe, share. Hit the notification button. Donate to Tarref Simon, paypal.com. I'm going to have all the link in the description below. Follow me on Twitter. Tarref Back Up. Right? Tarref Back Up. At Tarref Back Up on Twitter. Thank y'all. God bless you. Am I forgetting anything? No, all my links is going to be in the description below. Thank you and God bless. Oh, as usual, free Julian Assange.